Hello, neighbors, and welcome to I Love Applewood Day. Stay tuned throughout our event for some history about your neighborhood. Applewood, wheat, apple trees, and homes.
Hi, welcome to Applewood Day. I'm Paul DeSegli.
And I'm Sarah Claus.
And Sarah and I are neighbors here in Applewood, Colorado. We have a packed day ahead with neighbor interviews, behind the scenes with businesses, even some performances too. We'll also announce the winners for the sticker contest.
So Sustainable Applewood is a group of neighbors who care about how sustainable our world is. We started back in 2017. We meet every month. This has been a great way for neighbors to come together, and all of you are welcome. We're always pursuing new interests and new projects. If you have a project that you want to see happen, if you want to make a difference in terms of sustainability, you are welcome to the table, and we would love to have you. We have done coat drives and seed stands and fruit stands and environmental workshops, pollinator projects, small business support, and even a 4th of July parade. Right now, we're in the middle of working on a multi-year project for Stober Garden, which we're hoping to have its first growing season a year from now. This is a school community garden, and we're currently raising funds, and that's actually something we're hoping to do today. This is a free event, and we want it to be a free event available for all. But if you're in a spot where you can make a donation, we would love to be able to reach $500 by the end of our event today. Please visit stobergarden.org to learn more. We're also going to put the link to go directly to the donations channel into the chat right now. And that's going to allow you to go on, make a donation, whatever amount feels good for yourself. $75 will get you different gifts in exchange for your donation. So check those out. If you're interested in just getting involved with Sustainable Applewood, again, we'd love to have you, and you can learn more by visiting sustainableapplewood.org. And you can put on huge events just like today, I Love Applewood Day.
Why are we having I Love Applewood Day? Well, we wanted to merge our sustainability work and honor neighbors coming together to celebrate community. Today, we recognize people, businesses, and the many other aspects of living here that makes Applewood a strong, supportive neighborhood. Though we are celebrating virtually this year, this first Applewood Day will reinforce that we are here for one another and that community still happens when we put our minds and hearts together.
And so if you're just joining us, welcome, welcome. Come on in. We have some incredible prizes to give away. We'll be giving them away throughout the day, so stay tuned and pay attention to the chat. We want to thank those who are making the prizes happen. So we want to thank Ziggy's, Move Arts and Dance Space, and Pizzeria Forte, Tellers Tap Room and Kitchen, Lakewood Library, as well as the Sunshine Creative Group, who have sponsored so many of our prizes for today. So Paul's going to share a little bit more about how you can win a prize.
So to win, be sure to pay attention to the chat below. We'll ask questions and pick winners from the responses. Please, only one prize per household. But first things first, we'd love to start with a gift card to Ziggy's on Youngfield. That's Ziggy's Coffee. We'd love to know, what's your favorite thing about Applewood? And stay tuned to the chat to see who wins. You can claim your prize by emailing sustainableapplewood@gmail.com. That's all one word, sustainableapplewood@gmail.com.
Well, let's go ahead and watch our first performance. We have the Rocky Mountain Rhythm Tap Dance Group, which is housed over at Move Arts and Dance Space. Move Studio is located right next door to Tellers over at 20th and Youngfield. And you can have weekly drop-in classes with this group that you're about to see. So let's enjoy this great performance. We have two $20 Tellers gift cards. Thank you so much for Tellers Tap Room for its generous donation. Tellers is such a great home for our community. They are just a vibrant spot for whether it's like a quick drink in the afternoon or whether it's families coming together for a great meal. It's a business that so many of us are so happy to support, and we love having them here in our Applewood community. So here's the question to answer for your chance at one of the two $20 gift cards to Tellers that we're giving away right now. We'd like to know, tell us about your pet. Tell us their name. What kind of pet do you have? Tell us about the animals in your life. We'll be picking two winners to win a gift card, so stay tuned to the chat.
This rescue shelter started 18 years ago and has a strong history in the neighborhood. This next video will make you want to support their amazing efforts and maybe even adopt a cat. They're located at 25th and Youngfield.
We do have a giveaway. We are about to share about the Paint Recycling Day. While we do that, we would love to know, what are some of the projects that you've taken on this past year? What are you proud of? What have you done around your house? However big or small, type it into the chat. We have three $20 gift cards courtesy of Pizzeria Forte that we will be giving away. So please be sure to put that in the chat.
Welcome back. Did you know that what we know as Applewood today began with the cultivation of wheat in 1862? Settlers from Nebraska and Iowa made their way to the plains of Colorado and were given large plots of farmland in accordance with the Homestead Act. almost the entire Applewood area was covered in wheat.
We have a great event coming up that Sustainable Applewood is helping to host, and we would love to share about that with you. So please pull out your calendars and save the date. We are going to have a free paint recycling day. It is free. If you'd like, you can make a donation. The donations will benefit the Sustainable Neighborhood Network to help us put on better programs for everybody here. The company Green Sheen will take the paint, clean it, and help make sure that it's used once again. This is a great way to make sure that it's responsibly processed and stay out of the landfill. The date for the paint recycling is Sunday, May 16th, and it's from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. So that's Sunday, May 16th. So make sure to put that in your calendar. You can come and find us. We'll be at the Charles Whitlock Rec Center. So that's over at 15th and Dover. It's 1555 Dover Street. We hope to see you there. And be sure to look online to find out more information about which paints can or cannot be processed. And that's all going to be at sustainableapplewood.org.
We are giving away another Zicky's gift card. To win, let us know what you want to see added to a neighborhood park to make it a favorite space for yourself and for your family.
Well, I'm just so grateful to have Alexa with us today with the Taft Park project that's a part of Sustainable Applewood. I'm curious to learn a little more about like your own story with Applewood.
Yeah, so I grew up in the neighborhood. My mom and dad both lived in Wheat Ridge area, and my husband also grew up in the area, and we went to Wheat Ridge High School, and we've moved in and out of the area, and now we've really settled in, and we've lived in this house for 8 years now, and we just love it here, and we love the community and how much everybody really cares for each other. And so when we would walk by Taft Park, it just called to me and said, hey, like I've been here the whole time in this neighborhood, and my kiddos love to be there. And so I thought, well, what can we do? And so we looked into it, and I think there was another park in Lakewood that was getting the neighborhood participation program. And that's when I was like, oh, this is an amazing program. And for a couple of years, I sat with the idea, and then I thought, oh, 2020 is going to be the year. And then we all know what 2020 brought. And so when I found out that they opened the application process again, I said, all right, this is it. So I jumped on it, and we started it, and I had some community members come to me and say they'd like to be a part of it. And so I created a small committee, and we hit the streets and set out the word, and a lot of people came back and said some really wonderful things, some great memories and stories. But a lot of people said how much it looks the same from their childhood, and now they live here with their children, and they want their children to have those memories too. So let's give it some love. And so that's what we're trying to do. And also the accessibility in and out of the park, it's very limited to people who need easier access in and out. That is safely, it's a very steep grade from the bridge, and that's pretty much the only access in and out. And so we want to make it accessible to everyone in the community and make it just a lovely park for all families and all abilities.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, and we think about like the sustainable side of it, of like, it doesn't make sense for everybody to build a swing set or to be driving to another park. If you can have one that's really dynamic and that everyone can share and is bigger than what most people could afford or have in their own homes.
Right.
Like having the shared space, and it does huge for like the neighborhood to have this asset. Like that's what I know when I was shopping when we were looking to buy, we were looking for like, what is a great family friendly neighborhood, and a good park makes that.
And that does play on, asking your neighbor for help when you're sitting at the park chatting or saying, what's going on in your life, then your neighbor can hear about it and be like, oh, I can bring over dinner, or I can help you weed your yard, or so and so really needs help shoveling snow during the winter. That way we have that full circle community of just having each other's backs and being there for each other.
It sounds like this park, my understanding is that it's also up for an upgrade finally from Lakewood.
It is up for an upgrade. So they've already had some earmarked funds. So they are really excited to breathe that fresh air back into Taft Park. And so when they heard that our community had started this, we didn't know going into it. We learned it after we started the project. And so when they heard that we were, getting the community support, that's the next layer to their planning, is reaching out to the community, hearing what their thoughts are on what they see Taft Park being, and so getting that community feedback, and then they'll take all of our insight and then try to draw up some plans, and then they'll send those plans out for us to vote as a community, or individually as a community, on which park aesthetics we like. But they are limited on their funds. And so if we have the NPP to add into that, then while our main goal was the play area, since they probably will address a good portion of the play area, we came in with our NPP putting an emphasis on the accessibility and then the sustainability of the park. So Taft Park is a pesticide-free park. So we want to kind of build off of that for the sustainable aspect of like ideas of a pollinator garden, or just having sustainable things throughout the park, the equipment that is sustainable, the trees that are sustainable, the grasses, and everything about the park is sustainable. But they were really excited with how passionate our neighborhood is about this park, and they're really excited to hear more from us.
Yeah.
The playground equipment, I believe, is original playground equipment. I don't have any information telling me that it's been updated. So it's definitely a park that has needed some TLC for a while. And so we're hoping that our voice was loud enough and passionate enough. And, if it's not, then we can always try again next year. But it sounded like, the city was listening and was hearing our voice. So I'm hoping that our application is approved. But we'll find out hopefully in June.
Okay.
And then we will, once we hear more information, we'll update Sustainable Applewood's website so that people can be in the know. But for right now, I don't have new information. That's where we're at. We've submitted and now we wait patiently.
Okay. So if people are already connected with the project, they'll probably be hearing some updates. If people haven't been involved with it, but they would love to be involved, they could probably reach out on the sustainableapplewood.org page and just,
Yes.
There might not be action right now, but when there are developments, we'll hear.
So we do have the email that they can reach out to, taftpark2021@gmail. So that's one way, or going through Sustainable Applewood's website, or being in the loop with the City of Lakewood's emails as well. So it was so amazing to hear from the community. Like, it just solidified our love for this community, to hear from the community that, we're passionate about it too, or, oh my gosh, I've been thinking about the same exact thing too. I haven't been able to tackle that. Or I come and visit my grandchildren. This is such an amazing thing. There were so many positive things that the community said, and without the community, I couldn't have been able to do it. And so it was really powerful to hear the community come and surround and say such lovely things about such a tiny, sweet park.
Colorado Taekwondo Institute is celebrating 17 years at their golden location and has a variety of traditional Taekwondo classes for all levels and ages. CTI also holds programs at Our Lady of Fatima and Bell Middle School and offers demonstrations for school and the community. Many Applewood neighbors have been a part of their team. Check out their golden location at 20th and Youngfield.
One of Sustainable Applewood's new partners and local groups that we admire so much is Women in Sustainability. It was started right here in Colorado by Becky Migas and Beth Birchfield. And this nonprofit hosts free learning lunches and special events to the public. All folks are welcome, and they support local sustainability efforts. Be sure to find Women in Sustainability on Facebook or on Eventbrite. We'll also include the links in the chat, and you can get involved with this really energizing group.
During Becky's presentation, we'd love to hear how you reduce waste in your home. Type it in the chat. One of the answers will win a prize.
Hello, Sustainable Neighborhood Community. My name is Becky Negus, and I am the Executive Director for Women in Sustainability. Today, I'm joining you from my own kitchen to be able to talk about food waste. Did you know that food waste is one of the biggest greenhouse gas emissions in the United States? Did you also know that we waste about 40% of our food on a daily basis? I know, crazy, right? Well, you at home can do simple things to help reduce our food waste to help bring down our carbon emissions. So how do you do that, you ask? Well, in our home, we love to meal plan. We find that meal planning really helps us stay on track in order to be able to buy what we need and not just buy a bunch of extra food that'll go to waste. That we're able to plan our meals every single night so that on busy weekdays, we're not stopping at a fast food restaurant on the way home to pick up something to eat. And we also find that we're able to eat a lot healthier meals and be able to make those into our leftovers the next day. Get your whole family involved. Bring the kids to the table, sit them down, ask them what would they like to eat that week. Maybe have them look up a few recipes, or maybe ask if they want to try something new. This is a great opportunity to involve the entire family on a weekly basis to come together and decide what you want to eat that week. It's a great time to maybe try something new and be adventurous, try a different culture. Get out there and see what else is available and get your kids to try new things. For us, we also put our menu, as you can see, on our refrigerator. So we know every day what we're going to be making for dinner that night. If it's a busy week, we'll meal prep in advance, and that way when we get home from work, we'll just put something on quickly and have dinner on the table before we know it. We also, fun little trick, write our leftovers on our board as well. You know those meals that get shoved in the bottom shelf all the way in the back? Well, we can no longer forget those because they're right in front of us every day. We can look and say, oh, that mac and cheese I made 4 days ago, I better eat that today. It's a great way to remind yourself what's in your fridge on a daily basis and to be able to keep in mind what your menu is for the week ahead. These are just some simple little tricks that you can do at home to be able to reduce your carbon footprint through food waste. We hope that you'll take some time, sit down with your family, and plan a menu this week. I promise you, it's a lot of fun and it makes it a lot easier for grocery shopping and for cooking throughout the week. I hope you enjoyed these tips. Thanks for joining us today.
We are so excited to announce an after party today. We have a few ways that you can cash in and just really enjoy and extend the celebration. You can go over to Ziggy's and get a buy one, get one drink half off. So if you're enjoying one of their beverages, it's a great day. Maybe go get an iced or a hot latte, and your second drink is half off. Just give them the I Love Applewood Day password when you order. Next, you can also swing by Ohm Brewing over at 20th and Youngfield in the Applewood shops. Ohm Brewing is generously offering a buy one, get one free for all who show them your I Love Applewood Day ticket. And if you're getting hungry for dinner, we have a great I Love Apple Day celebration that is starting at 4 o'clock today at Pizzeria Forte. Pizzeria Forte is celebrating the day big. They have a live band who will be there from 4 to 7. Enjoy the music while you wait for your pizza. And if you give the folks at the counter your special password, I Love Applewood Day, you will get 5% off your dinner.
Did you know that Applewood has more than 10 little libraries? Send an email to Sustainable Applewood if you would like to add your little library to a local map to share with neighbors on our website. Speaking of libraries, we are fortunate to have the Lakewood Library in the Applewood neighborhood.
On April 1st, we sent out an email, which was actually in conjunction with the Lakewood Library. And they had shared that they were going to be getting rid of all their books and replacing all of their paper books with e-readers to save trees. We are happy to let you know that that's not the case. We are not getting rid of paper books at the Lakewood Library. They were just kidding. However, they are giving away some incredible sustainability prize packs. You can see pictured here that they are by Excel Energy, and they include solar chargers and light bulbs. And the first 10 people there today who mentioned not getting fooled by the I Love Applewood joke will be able to receive a sustainability prize pack. So make sure that if you're going by there today, you let them know. Move Dance and Arts Center has partnered with Sustainable Applewood for many events such as Bike to Work Day, the Neighborhood Seed Share, and our first sustainability movie night.
Move Dance Space and Arts Center has also become home to many dance companies and movement teachers. It has hosted a variety of interactive events. Here's a fun activity that you can do at home with your kids. This is from a preschool whimsy class currently happening at Move Dance Studio. Contact Move or check out the website for drop-in classes and virtual opportunities.
And we'll roll the dice. And it landed on backwards. Can you dance backwards? Let's see. Nice. Desmond, your turn. Show us how you dance backwards. Slow and dance backwards. Very nice. Ooh. Ooh, tricky to dance backwards. You did cross your arms to make an X. I noticed that. Desmond, can everyone line up behind Desmond on the green dot? Desmond, it's your turn to roll the dice. Let's see what he gets. Ooh, loud. Now remember, this is with your body, not with your voice. How do you dance loud? Oh yes, that is pretty loud. Sloan, it's your turn. Roll the dice. What does she get? Jump. How do you jump across the floor?
As some of you saw, we hosted an I Love Applewood sticker contest this year. The 3 winners will have their design printed on free stickers that will be available throughout Applewood. We are about half an hour away from finding out who our winners are, so be sure to stay tuned. We are about to tell you about our paint recycling day. Before we do that, we would love to do a giveaway. So we have 3 $20 gift cards to Pizzeria Forte. Pizzeria Forte is a great spot for carry out, for you can even dine in there. From 4 to 7 tonight, Pizzeria Forte will be offering live music and 5% off for all those who are dining there during I Love Applewood Day. Just give them that password, I Love Applewood Day. If you do order online, you'll be paying the full amount, and then they will refund you that 5% if in the comments you write, I Love Applewood Day. Go on over there, enjoy the live music, order some pizza, and enjoy the music while you wait. We hope to see you there. It's me from 4 to 7 today, and it's 5% off for all those who mentioned the password, I Love Applewood Day.
I had the chance to sit down with the Bernhardt sisters. These sisters were really dynamic, and I loved their appreciation for their Applewood roots. I couldn't believe some of the memories they had describing Applewood childhoods, so different than growing up out east. So enjoy.
Hi, we're the Bernhardt sisters. I'm Judy.
I'm Joan.
And I'm Janet.
The 3 J's.
And we do also have another older sister, but she does not reside in Applewood anymore. She lives in Texas now. So
I see.
it was us 4 girls growing up.
Well, that must have been quite an experience for your parents.
It was.
And for you, too.
Well, what brought us to Applewood in 1965, January of 65, my dad was transferred. We lived in Omaha, Nebraska, and he had the choice of Colorado or California to transfer to, and he picked Colorado for several reasons. We always came to Colorado for our summer vacations. Estes Park mainly, but he wanted to have horses. We wanted horses, and so he had a good friend, a childhood friend who lived in Applewood, and his friend said, "If you pick Applewood, I will give you my membership to the Monaco Beach and Blade Club, also known as Sunset Beach." And my dad also checked into the Welcome Wagon, and for those reasons, he picked Applewood, and that's what brought us here.
And I think he also, my older sister said, he promised horses for us, so that's another reason.
Yeah,
why.
he liked horses. He rode horses growing up, so that was his dream, to have a place. And Applewood was a horse community. All the properties always had barns in their backyards and stuff back then. There's a few left, but there was more back in the 60s with the open fields and the horse sheds in their backyards. And that's what attracted us to the neighborhood, really. At one time, when we moved here, a lot of people had their horses in their backyard. It was pretty cool.
Yeah.
We did not buy a property with a place in the backyard, but it was just right down the street, huge horse pasture, and that's where our horses were. So that was even better.
It must have been a real kick for youngsters to be in that environment, just sort of free and easy access.
She was a horse person, and she rode around the neighborhood. You could just ride your horse around the neighborhood in the streets. Yeah, in the streets. And it was fun. And I joined Western Airs. I don't know if you've heard of Western Airs, but a riding club in Jefferson County.
Mm-hmm.
So
One of the things our neighborhood did was we had block parties a lot. And so that's how we got together as a neighborhood and just had, picnics in the summer, and everybody just hung out at probably the grown-ups drank and the kids ran around.
But everybody was really friendly. All the neighbors were friendly, and it was kid-friendly. I mean, there were kids everywhere. I mean, it was families growing up. So, everybody just came out into their yards and just talked in the streets and waved at them as you went around the block. And it was fun. Walk to school with your neighbors, and we'd all walk to Manning. We went to Manning, and you just knock on everybody's door and pick up the kids, and we all walked to school together, and that was kind of nice. One thing we didn't talk about, which I might bring up, is, when we moved here, I-70 was not here. And so, it was very quiet. You couldn't hear the traffic, around you. It was like a country feel, like you were out in the country, sort of, and very peaceful, and not as many people in the area at that time. So bringing in the retail stores, I think, helped the economy of Applewood, because before there was just a handful. So in a way, the retail bringing it in was a good thing, even though it entailed building new shopping centers and things like that. But
What do you miss most about the old Applewood, the old area?
Well, I think one of the things we talked about was that a lot of the wide open spaces that used to be here are long gone, and they've built houses, and so the wide open feeling that you were more in the country, now it's, people are snatching up all open lands around here and building on them. That's the one thing. And then, of course, the horse properties, because I guess we like the smell of the manure, just kidding. But just that, that you could have horses here, whereas now you can't really board horse. You can't have a horse really in the neighborhood. I don't think anybody really does, and or you can't, I guess.
they changed the rules, probably.
Yeah. And then, just the quiet hometown feeling is probably what we kind of really miss the most. And then I guess another thing you could say too is I kind of get the feeling that we knew all of our neighbors. We knew every single person that lived on the block and everybody's names and their the names and who might live in their houses. But nowadays, I feel like maybe people don't really know their neighbors as much as back when we lived here.
Well, my favorite was the Monaco Beach and Blade Club because it had an ice skating rink in one building, and then you go out and the swimming pool had a beach around it, so they called it Monaco Beach. And it was like you were in the sand on a beach, and it was a round swimming pool, and so you got done swimming, you could walk in and go put on your jacket and long pants and go ice skating. And we spend a lot of time there because
our dad was a big ice skater. So.
Yeah. Coming from Nebraska, we were happy to see an ice arena. And then that swimming pool was, I think, one of a kind. I don't know if you
have seen any pictures of it, but it's
any
awesome.
Round pools with a beach around it anywhere. I don't know. But I wish that was still here. I would definitely have loved that still.
Another thing we kind of talked about too was over here at the Applewood Shopping Center was the bowling alley. I used to be in a bowling league back when I was 9, and I was even in a bowling league when I was an adult there as well. So that was a big landmark for us, was the Applewood Bowling Alley.
Because you could take your family there, as a family place, and everybody could go bowl, and you just met your neighbors there sometimes, even, it was.
And there used to be a stables in Applewood, the Applewood Stables, and that was over where the new Rolling Hills Country Club is. On the far end, on the west end of that, was the stables, and that was always fun too. You could ride up the mesa there. So.
We had all that stuff in our own backyard,
A lot of recreation.
Yeah.
So we don't know our neighbors as much, but we still like the community feeling and the small town feeling that Applewood has. Because it's still, I don't know, I think it's nice to still go and look up and you still have the mesa to look at. It's not been built on and stuff. So I feel like we've grown a little bit in houses and stuff, but we're still kind of a small, close-knit community.
Well, I'd like to see a fitness center maybe somewhere.
A rec center. A rec center close by.
Or the bowling alley to come back. That was always so much fun. I think that would bring the community together. Just some fun things to go and do.
And maybe even like you guys are putting on I Love Applewood Day, that might if you could bring that back. They did have Applewood Days, and that was held here at the shopping center, and they had carnivals and rides and double-decker bus, and that was just kind of a community little event that was held and
brought the community together
a little bit. So kind of stuff like that. Some get-togethers more, and then I do know that Facebook has been a great way to the Applewood Facebook page of the goings on, but I feel also there's a lack of communication around the area to know what's going on. If you aren't on Facebook, you might not. My friend said, I didn't even know there was an I Love Applewood Day, so because she doesn't get on Facebook. So, some people aren't going to know that through the social media aspect, but, so if there's a way to get it advertised, we don't have a local newspaper. I know there's a magazine, but it's not a newspaper.
Maybe we need a big kiosk somewhere at one of the shopping centers, so with events in the neighborhood. That might be a good idea. I don't know.
Yeah, just
Sort of a community bulletin board.
Oh yeah, community
exactly,
bulletin board somewhere where people could go see what's happening. But
Applewood definitely has expanded over the years too.
Sure.
So to bring everything together would be wonderful. We all love. Us speaking of us, we do love this neighborhood, and when we do come back, I lived out south for many years, but when I did come back here, finally, it's like I'm home. It's like
it gives you a home feeling.
It's a home feeling. So
yeah, warm home, cozy feeling.
Yeah, always been home.
Yeah,
always been home.
I think that's the bottom line. Home.
Home sweet home.
Home sweet home.
We have 2 more Teller's gift cards that we're giving away. So please let us know in the chat. We'd like to know what from the Bernhard sisters interviews made you think about a memory, what stood out to you, what did you learn new? So let us know something that you got out of it, Put that in the chat for your chance to win one of the 2 different gift cards for $20 each to Teller's Tap Room. We have another event that's coming up that Sustainable Applewood is hosting, and we want to make sure that you get this one on your calendars too. So on Saturday, April 24th, we are going to be having an electronic and metal recycling day. Again, this is all free. You can always make a donation for the Sustainable Neighborhood Network to help groups like ours, but this will be a free day. What a great time to take computers, cameras, monitors, DVDs, TVs, bikes, washers, dryers, fridges, stoves, grills, and so much more. The only exception to the free piece is that there will be a $25 fee per television. And again, this is going to be Saturday, April 24th from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. It's going to be held over at the Clements Community Center, and that's located at 1580 Yarrow. So make sure to save the date, and we hope to see you there.
Ian Burks from Ohm Brewery gives a behind-the-scenes tour of their brew house and talks through the process of making beer. He also announces a new food truck and patio expansion beginning on May 1st. So don't forget to bring your ticket for a special Applewood Day promo. Buy one, get one today, only at Ohm. Thank you, Ian.
Hi there, my name's Ian Burks. I'm the owner of Ohm Brewing Company here in Applewood, Colorado. Behind me is my brew house, and you'll see all the various stainless steel tanks we use in the brewing process. We're on a 3-barrel system, which allows us to make about 90 gallons of beer every time we make beer. You'll see this first tank is our hot water tank where the process starts. The next tank is our mash tank where we combine our grains and water to get the sugar extraction. Then our final kettle at the end is where we boil it, add hops to make all those delightful IPAs and other beers that everybody likes. After it's done there, we move it over to our final tanks here where it becomes beer. We add our yeast, it ferments out and creates the beer that you love. And then the final tank is after it's all fermented out, we carbonate it, put it in kegs, and then it's available for serving across the bar, which you can find anytime you want to stop by, Monday through Sunday. We'll have the tap room open. You can come by, have a beer. And starting in May 1st, we're going to be adding a permanent food truck along with a patio expansion, so you'll be able to grab some delicious Belgian fries along with your beer. And that'll be open Wednesday through Sunday. So I hope that you come by soon and enjoy a beer with me. And cheers!
So just a reminder that we are fundraising for the Stober Community Garden. If you have not been able to donate yet, we are going to put that into the chat. So please visit that link. See if you can do $5, $10, $15. Everything adds up. So please see what support you can offer at this point.
Hello again. Historically, it was difficult to get fresh fruits and vegetables over the plains, so farmers began to grow more produce. The Bunger family opened Bunger's Cellar, one of the first fruit stands in the area in nearby Wheat Ridge.
Get ready to move again with Rachel and her whimsy class over at Move Dance Space and Art Center. Also, you can contact Alicia, the owner of Move, and this is her phone number, 303-238-0848. When you call Alicia, give her the code Applewood Moves. Be one of the first 5 callers and get 1 month of free classes. Such a generous gift. Thank you, Alicia.
Ready? Get your hands ready. Dulce, 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 dulce. Dulce, 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 mama. Dulce, dulce, mama. Dulce, 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 papa. Dulce, 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 papa. Dulce, 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 chiquita, 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 chiquita. Very nice.
Please stay tuned now for the announcement of our I Love Applewood sticker winner for 2021. It is just around the corner.
We have had so many responses from neighbors sharing their stories of Applewood. We're hoping to have some follow-up programs through Sustainable Applewood. Send us a message if you are interested in being a part of History of Applewood project.
All right. During Nancy Pomeroy's interview, we would love to give away some awesome gift cards to Tellers. I know that we love being able to just walk over to Tellers, eat out on their patio. We also have found that their breakfast is such a great one. So if you are looking for brunch soon, keep them in mind. For your chance to win one of these 3 $20 gift cards to Tellers, answer this question in the chat. What's one of your favorite Applewood spots to get out into nature?
I live up here on Braun Drive. We are reportedly the first home of the Hutchison homes. We were the model home here. My husband, Jim Pomeroy, parents owned this house. They bought this house new, and we now live here and have lived here in this house since 1976.
So you've seen some changes, I imagine, in all this time. How has the area changed for the better, in your view?
Well, they paved the roads. Within a year after we moved in, it used to be all dirt roads, all gravel. 20th Avenue ended from Eldridge to where I-70 crosses. The ditch ran straight through that road. It's better in a way. We used to ride our horses to the Safeway down on 20th and Youngfield, and it honestly had a hitching post. We would tie our horses up there and go in. So in that way, that's not a good change, because it was really, it was a wonderful place to grow up. There was a lot more wildlife here. There were wild ponies that would come down off the mesa most every morning to graze on everyone's grass. And there were a lot more skunks and a lot more birds. And rattlesnakes, yeah. Jim says rattlesnakes. There were a lot. One of my very first job, I didn't get paid for because it was wonderful. I was only 14. I worked at Applewood Stables, which was where the Coors house is now. They're on the curves that go to Golden.
Yes.
And Rolling Hills Golf Course was the pasture that we kept our horses in. So it's really changed.
It's you know, for a guy who grew up in the city, this sounds, you're describing a movie to me, because this is so alien to my own experience. But it's just...
Oh, it was wonderful. We could hike up the mesa, and we did. We hiked up Table Mesa most every day. I mean, that was our escape. And when they built the houses, my parents lived down on Berry Road, so it's a 12-minute walk from here, maybe. We had fields all around us, and there were no fences until they put the pasture in. There was nothing. It was humongous, and we had wildlife all around us all the time, and we could ride our horses everywhere. I feel it was a charmed childhood. Well, where King Supers is now was a pig and goat farm. And it really was. This was all fields. I think back to then and the dirt roads, and there weren't a lot of landmarks here. They started building in the 60s, and Rolling Hills was down where Applewood Golf Course is now. And we could walk down there to play in the pool and golf or whatever. And that was totally different down there. And, I mean, you walked along Eldridge straight down to what was then Rolling Hills Country Club, and there were little tiny frogs in the ditches along the side of the Eldridge. And it was a charmed childhood. It really was. Jim and I were married at Applewood Valley United Methodist Church up here on 20th and Ellis. That was I think that was the church. That was the only church. That's where I attended Bible school and got my Bible, and I was married there. Unfortunately, I had to go to several services there but even the people that were my parents' friends and our friends have been honored through that and have been married there. And it still stands. It reminds me of Jim Barnes, who used to be the reverend at that church. And, you know, that's one of the main things. When they built the fire station, that was unbelievable that they moved a fire station up here. And it's very neat. I mean, that's a beautiful building if you've ever been in there. When they remodeled, the whole neighborhood went up there to see them. And it's wonderful. And they're very nice. They saved my baby's life when she almost died. But there wasn't a lot out here when my family moved into Applewood and when Jim's family moved in later on in 1960. So we didn't have a whole lot of landmarks here. Safeway that used to be down there where the daycare is now, and Rexall Drugs was there, and there was a store called iClick, and a pizza place that Jim worked in right there off of 20th. Villa Grove. And totally different. I mean, I didn't start shopping King Soopers until 1980 when Safeway closed, because Safeway was the grocery store. And then everything started kind of popping up around us in Applewood. Oh, and the apple orchards. We would all ride our horses in the apple orchards, and we would all play. And everybody, all the kids did that. Jim said they would climb the apple trees and eat the apples. And we did that too. The only thing bad about those was the fruit bats. And there were lots of fruit bats around here.
And I do so appreciate the time that you both have put into this and given us graciously.
We do have more prizes coming up. We want to give a quick thank you to one of our sponsors for so many of the prizes that they've helped us with. Sunshine Creative Group is right here in Applewood, just west of 20th and Youngfield. They work with businesses and organizations in Jefferson County, and they want to be your go-to creative marketing experts here in Applewood. We have one that we're about to give away, so pay attention in the chat. And in the meantime, please make sure to thank Sunshine Creative Group at sunshinecreativegroup.com to let them know that you appreciate all that they do for the Applewood community.
Okay, time for another giveaway. Let us know which veggies you love getting from a CSA or a farmer's market. We'll choose one of the answers to win a prize.
Go Farm is a nonprofit CSA that sources from local farms in the community. They have an outdoor pickup location in Golden that's starting soon. You can partner up with a few other neighbors and have a rotating carpool to make sure that you pick up the bags for everyone. And this is such a great way for having some good farm-to-table food.
Hi, I'm Lindsay and I'm with Go Farm, and I'm excited to be participating in this virtual event for Applewood. So first I'm going to talk about what Go Farm is and what it is that, we're all about. So Go Farm is a local nonprofit based in Golden, and we work to strengthen the local food system as a whole. So you might be asking, what is the local food system? Well, the local food system is how food gets from the farm to your plate and everything in between on a local scale. So that might be a local farmer bringing their food to the farmer's market and then distributing it to you there. Or a local farmer bringing their food to Go Farm and then Go Farm distributing the food to you. That is all part of how the local food system operates. So the reason that Go Farm focuses on local food and our local food system is because the local food system has so many benefits. When you purchase local food, that food is traveling way less to get to your plate than if it wasn't local. This means that the food is fresher, it's more nutrient dense, and it's more flavorful because it hasn't been sitting on a vehicle being transported to you, or it hasn't been sitting in storage for weeks on end. Another reason why local is important is because of the focus on sustainable agriculture that our local farmers have. Sustainable agriculture is healthy and important for our soils and our land, and it's vital in combating climate change. It also impacts the local economy. So when you buy local, you are keeping your money local, and
helping the local economy thrive. Lastly, it just creates great community connection. If you buy local food, you know who the farmers are that grew that food, you know where that food came from, which helps, I think, all of us find a sense of place in the place that we live. So now I want to do some trivia just to talk more about the local food system and how it works. So the first question that I want to ask is, what is the average mileage that our food takes to get to our plate? And this is for the average box of crackers that you buy at the grocery store, or the average lettuce head that you buy in the produce section of a store. Choices are 40, 100, 1,500, and 3,000. Hopefully you've made a guess by now. The answer is 1,500 miles on average. With Go Farm, our food travels about, on average, 40 miles to get to your plate. My next trivia question is, how many farms are there in Jefferson County? Answers could be 5, 10, 20, and over 25 farms. The answer is over 25 farms just right here in Jefferson County. So Go Farm works with a lot of these farmers. We also work with other farmers across the state. So lastly, before I say, my goodbyes to all of you for right now, it's just to talk a little bit about what Go Farm is. So Go Farm, we have 3 different programs that really work together to strengthen the local food system. One program is about supporting local farmers and helping beginning farmers start their own farm. One program is all about inclusivity and making sure that everyone can access and afford local food. And one program, which is called our Local Food Share, is what I'm inviting you to take part in. And that is where anyone can sign up for a season of local produce, and then you pick up from us each week throughout the summer. All of that produce comes from your local sustainable farmers. So for today only, if you do want to sign up for a local food share, we're doing a special promotion with Applewood in this event, and that is for anyone who signs up, we will do a raffle, and one person will win a Go Farm tote bag, a hat, an apron, and a $15 credit. So we'd love to see you sign up and just support your local farmers, and thank you for listening. Happy Earth Day.
We are grateful for the many businesses who incorporate sustainability into their practices. If you're looking to do some of your own planting this year, we invite you to learn more about Applewood resident Mike Moore's business, Diggable Designs. He has this video to help you get started.
What's up, everybody? I want to do a quick, we're doing some planting, and I want to do a quick video. This is a number 3 blue avena grass that we got from James Nursery recently, and we got them because they look so good. They're basically full-size blue avenas. So we're planting. I want to show you some. So it's exciting to get a plant that looks this nice, but this is one of the downfalls. This plant has probably been in the nursery for a couple, 2-3 seasons. Not only do we have major root girdling from being inside the pot on the sides, the bottom, I've already planted one of these, and that's probably, ½ inch of roots on the bottom. It is a fight. If we put this thing in the ground just like this, it's gonna die and never grow past anything like it is, but that's way too fibrous. So I know I'm kind of rolling around the side. You want to be a little careful. You want to still be careful up here, but you basically want to take your soil knife. That's why everyone should have one of these when we do planting days. But we're just gonna saw. It feels pretty aggressive on the plant, but trust me, they can take it. We're just gonna start. When you start cutting these roots, it promotes more root growth. It'll branch off more, and we can really start just chipping away at this. Okay, so that's gonna promote some root going out, and I'd even pry some of this out and really flare this stuff out before you put it in the hole. But this bottom is still a problem, so we're gonna get in here and really just make a pizza pie here. You're gonna have to pry, get this crap out of here. We want these roots to go out into the soil. We don't want to just plant it and have it act like it's sitting right in the pot still. So this is more aggressive than you'll have to be with some plants, but do not put one of these in the ground without doing some root mitigation on it. They're beautiful when they're this big, but they're probably not long for this world, or they'll never grow past this, which these really, or they just won't be healthy really. This is pretty close to full size, but seasonally it'll probably just diminish over the years. So anyhow, there's still a lot of good healthy roots in there. Scratch up these sides and get that puppy in the hole. And just wanted you all watching out for that. This is a real bad, you know, a good example of a bad root system. So keep that in mind. Thanks.
Here is another fun activity that you can do to get moving with your kids at home. Enjoy this clip from Whimsy class at Move Dance Space and Arts Center. Don't forget to give them a call to try some free classes. This promotion is available for the first 5 callers that mention Applewood Moves.
Okay, so we'll start by taking a big deep breath in. Here we go, big breath in. Fill up your balloon, exhale, breathe out.
Hey, where'd it go?
Close your balloon to show you to get big. Breathe in and breathe out. One more time, fill up your lungs like a balloon and breathe out. We're going to do the same thing with our bodies. We're going to see if we can get our bodies super tiny and then spread our bodies really, really big. Are you ready? Go small kitty get. Teeny tiny, like a mouse. Let's stretch fingers and toes. How big can you get? Reach for the stars. Get as small as you can and get as big as you can. One more time. Small as a roly-poly. Big as a dinosaur. Let's wake up our toes. Put your feet out in front of you. Stick your toes to the ceiling. Hello, toes. Goodbye, toes. Hello, toes. Goodbye, toes. Let's go faster. Hello, goodbye. Hello, goodbye. Hello, goodbye. Hello, goodbye. Hello, goodbye. Hello. Get your caterpillars. Crawl them down your face, down your body, all the way down to your toes. Tickle, 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 tickle. Tickle off, caterpillar. Desmond, get your caterpillars. Crawl them down your face and then tickles. Down your neck, down your body, all the way down to your toes. Tickle, tickle, tickle. So get off. All right, we're planting a fruit garden. Let's choose one fruit to plant. I'm going to plant watermelon. Okay, then let's get our watermelon seeds, since we're all planting watermelons, and sprinkle them into the dirt. Cover them up and smooth it out. What do we need to make our garden grow? Sun. Can you get your sunshine out? We need lots of bright sun. What else do we need? Water, rainwater. All the rain is falling down to the ground. What else do we need?
Magical kisses.
Magical kisses. Lots of love for our garden. And patience. Patience means we wait. Oh, you're through fast. Watch your garden grow. And grow. And grow. After the rain, sometimes there's a rainbow. Touch your toe, rainbow. Touch your toe, rainbow.
A quick thank you to one of our sponsors for prizes. Sunshine Creative Group is, again, just along 20th, back behind the old bowling alley. They work with many businesses and organizations. They want to be your creative go-to marketing experts here in Applewood. And we have another giveaway that we're about to announce. Check them out online at sunshinecreativegroup.com.
We know some of you are pretty excited to learn about winners for our sticker contest. We're getting so close. Please stay tuned.
All right, we have another gift card coming up. So please be the first person to answer this question in the chat. During this next video, you'll learn the answers, and so put them in the chat and we'll pick one of the answers for the prize winner. Here's the question. What are 3 things you can recycle at the Rooney Road Recycling Center?
In between paint recycling and electronics recycling events, where do you go to recycle? Some of you might be familiar with the Quail Street Recycling Center, but the Rooney Road Recycling Center is also close to Applewood. In this video, Mayor Paul talks to Pat Matthews about hazardous chemical drop-off at Rooney Road Recycling Center.
Welcome to Spotlight on Lakewood. I'm Mayor Adam Paul, and today we are out at the Rooney Road Recycling Center to take a look at a great community amenity, one that is very important. I'm joined today by Chris Neighbor and Pat Matthews, who are members of the Rooney Road Recycling Authority Committee. Thanks for having us out here today.
Thanks for coming.
Thanks for coming.
Absolutely. You provide a very important service to the community, and want to just start with hearing a little bit about it.
The Rooney Road Recycling Center is a permanent facility that collects and recycles and disposes of household chemicals and waste and electronics for citizens of Lakewood and 8 other member jurisdictions. And this is so important because if these materials are landfilled or go into the storm sewers or sanitary sewers, they eventually make their way into our groundwater and surface water, contaminating our food, our water, and wildlife.
So what are some examples of household hazardous waste?
Well, that includes things like paint, electronics, solvents, cleaners, pesticides, herbicides, fertilizer, motor oil, antifreeze, batteries, anything that you could think of that you might be storing in your garage, your shed out back, or your basement, things that you wouldn't want your kids to get into.
Yeah, so essentially things that you might go to the hardware store and buy, use a little bit of it, then you just start, like a lot of us, start to store it up in the garage, and the last thing we want is for that stuff to go to an actual landfill.
Right, exactly.
So is there a cost involved? I know nothing's free, and it's probably expensive to recycle things.
Well, for the citizens of Lakewood and the other member jurisdictions, it costs $20 for up to 75 pounds of household chemicals, and then the member jurisdictions subsidize the rest of that cost. If they bring more than 75 pounds, they pay for the full recycling fee, but they can always come back another time and pay the $20. For electronics, it's $1.25 a pound, up to a maximum of $100 for a TV.
Okay, so you're open certain times of the week?
Yes, Wednesdays and Saturdays from 8 to 2. During the summer, sometimes we add an additional day, just since we're so busy, and it's by appointment only. That way people can get in and out really quickly, and they can go online at rooneyroadrecycling.org to make a really fast and easy appointment.
And what about some of our residents who may not be able to get out here? Is there opportunity for them to have their things recycled?
Yes, we provide a really great option. It's once a month pickup at people's houses for just $30, so just $10 more. And they don't even have to be there while it's picked up. And this is especially great for senior citizens, people who can't get their items here by themselves.
Pat, I imagine 2 of the largest items you see are paint and electronics.
Yes, they are. And paint is a household hazardous waste, but it's free to recycle in Colorado through the Paint Care program at specific locations. And Rooney Road Recycling Center is one of those. So you can bring your paint here for free.
So that's not subject to your up to $20 if it's actual paint?
Correct, yeah.
Wow.
If you just have paint, you can come up here and make an appointment and bring it all up for free.
And what about electronics?
That's a great question. Electronics by law have to be recycled in this state, and those include items such as computers, computer monitors, TVs, laptops, tablets, printers, mice, keyboards, radios, video consoles, and those are $1.25 a pound, and citizens pay the full cost of recycling for that.
But they can rest assured that if they bring it here, it's going to be recycled in a proper manner and not somehow just end up in a landfill.
Exactly. None of it makes its way to a third world country, and it's all shredded and correctly.
Here we are, so excited to be doing the big announcement for the sticker contest. And so I'm here with a representative from the judges panel that looked at sticker designs. And so we're here with a member of our business community, Alicia, who's going to share a little bit with us about what this experience was like for the judges.
Hi, I'm so happy I could be here, and it's an honor. Personally, I love Applewood. I'm a business person here. I live here, and after speaking with the judges and looking at the pictures or the stickers that were sent in, we were all just super enamored and joyful at the at how colorful they were, how well they represented each personal point of view. But there was a common theme, and the common theme was we love our community. We love our neighborhood. We love the people in it. We love what Applewood represents. And so it was just really endearing to go through the process. And then when all of us got together and chatted about it, you know, we also had a lot of observations that were in common, you know, from what we saw that was sent in.
And you and the other judges were given, you know, some like rubric suggestions if you needed some help to frame it. But it was probably a really hard decision to look at each category, and you didn't know the names of the artists by any means.
Yeah, correct. We just got the pictures sent to us, and then we did have the rubric. And you know, as each of us working individually, you know, you look at it, and I've judged other things before, and it kind of gives us some groundwork. Okay, so this is like our baseline. This is what we're looking at, and then once you kind of put our humanity, our human aspect into it and observations, then the rubric made sense and kind of worked in with our sensibilities.
And as you looked at these, you know, you said that there were common themes of like, just like the love for the community. There were probably some surprising elements throughout that, like how different people interpreted, like how what they should include in their art.
Absolutely. You know, that I think that because of the age categories, you got a vision through the eyes of that age category. So it was really delightful because you could see the differences. You know, you're like, oh, of course, I remember seeing things that way and looking at my neighborhood that way and what was important to me in my life at that time and how did I all put it together to represent my neighborhood. This was a really great way to come together. Really great way to come together.
Well, thank you. And thank you to all the judges who were part of this process.
Thank you.
So let's go ahead and make the big announcements. Why don't we start off and work with the first category. So the first age bracket was under age 8. So 8 and under.
Yes. So, this category, we found a delightful, colorful sticker here called the Love Apple by Jeffrey Y. Jeffrey Y. did this beautiful representation of I Love Applewood.
And I have down that he described it as a big apple with a heart and a stem and a leaf with playing with my friends, scootering and sports.
That says it all.
Says it all. And he says that his medium was that he used colored pencils and crayons. Mm-hmm. So I always love it when folks mix it up and use a combo. That's a neat.
Yay!
I never think to do that. Wonderful. Congratulations, Jeffrey. All right. Our next age bracket is ages 9 to 16.
Well, so, this was tough.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
This was a super tough bracket. And we really loved the combination of all the colors and actually a combination of themes in this. And so it was Stegosaurus Loves Applewood by Evan Claremont.
All right. Stegosaurus Loves Applewood. And Evan describes this as Stegosaurus eats 40-foot apple. And Evan used colored pencils, Sharpies, and markers. Congratulations, Evan. And last but certainly not least, we have our oldest bracket, ages 17 plus.
All right. So, you know, as the ages changed, I will note that all the judges really did see the progression. We saw the progression and the change between the categories. And so this is Apple Tree Heart And this is by Emily Townsend.
And Apple Tree Heart is a watercolor plus digital collage of an applewood tree and heart. And Emily used Photoshop and watercolor. Congratulations, Emily. Well, just a huge congratulations for all of these artists. Thank you so much for all those who submitted, these entries. I think it's so brave and so loving to put your art out there for the love of the community. All of the winners will be able to find their designs on stickers that will be made available. So stay tuned to our website. You'll also be able to see the designs up close on our website soon. Thank you again so much, Alicia, and thanks again to all the judges. So we were so lucky to find a great panel of judges who really understood.
Yeah, I will say thank you on behalf of all of us. Thank you. It was so much fun. Thank you.
You are more than welcome. Thanks. Well, happy I Love Applewood Day.
Here's another interesting story about the Applewood area. In 1932, another generation of the Bunger family bought 80 acres of land centered on 26th and Youngfield Streets, and in 1938 started an apple orchard near 18th and Youngfield. They tried planting, but had to blow cracks in the ground with dynamite to plant their seedlings in the hard earth. It turns out the black powder provided nitrogen to the soil that helped the trees grow. Some of these trees may still exist in Applewood. If you have an old apple tree in your yard, it could be related to one of the original trees from Bunger's orchard.
Each year, a great project called Green Homes Tour happens. Whether in person or online, this is a great way to get inspiration from what other homeowners in the greater metro area are doing. To get involved with the tour, which is put on by a great group of people, including some from Applewood, visit their website in the chat.
Go.
Greetings. I'm John Avenson. I'm a lifetime member of the American Solar Energy Society, the Colorado Renewable Energy Society, a business member of the Colorado Green Building Guild, and United States Southwest representative for PHIUS.org. That's the Passive House United States organization. In 1981, I built my NREL-designed passive solar heated home, and I've had it on a public tour ever since then. In 1996, the American Solar Energy Society started their annual tour of green and sustainable homes, which occurs on the first weekend of October every year since. Since October of 2020, we've been featuring our local Denver version of Green Homes. It consists of over a dozen homes where we have found passionate homeowners who have converted their homes to less fossil fuel usage, more comfortable, and fresh filtered air for better health. Included with reducing your consumption on fossil fuels is taking out your furnace, which ran on gas, and using electric supplied mini splits. And of course, the electricity comes from your PV solar panels, either ground mounted or on your roof. Our tour features over a dozen homes. It's video recorded. It's located at the website of New Energy Colorado. It features a dozen homes over many of Denver's suburbs. So come visit our website of New Energy Colorado and search for the Metro Denver Green Homes Tour. And while you're there, you can also sign up to donate to our Solar Citizens newsletter, where we have monthly letters of bills in the PUC, the Public Utilities Commission, and also helpful hints on what you can do to make your home more fossil fuel free. So thank you for your interest in reducing your consumption of fossil fuels and helping Mother Nature repair our Earth. Thank you.
Denver Urban Gardens is partnering with Sustainable Applewood and Stobird to build the new community garden in Applewood neighborhood. Doug releases videos regularly on YouTube to support folks new to gardening. Doug also donated the seeds for Sustainable Applewood's driveway seed share this year. So go get your seed packs out and watch this video from Denver Urban Gardens.
In February, with lengthening of days, increasing sunlight intensity, and the first hints of green shoots, our thoughts naturally turn to the growing season ahead. Starting your own seeds indoors has got many benefits that can involve the whole family in the process. So are you ready to jump right in, spend less money, grow varieties that you absolutely love to eat, that you can start at the right time, and that are suited to Denver's climate? Then here's what you'll need to do. Purchase simple containers, lids, and lights. Lids are really important because they help to add an extra layer of humidity. Seeds can be successfully grown under lights using inexpensive, cool, white fluorescent bulbs. I like to use a shop light fixture from the hardware store. Nothing high-tech is necessary. You'll also need the right seed starting mix, one that is sterile, has no bark, yet provides good aeration and water retention. Regular potting soil is too coarse and may have larger pieces of bark in it, so be sure to get the right mix. One thing that's really important is to never use regular garden soil, as it can have sticks, leaves, stones, or even pieces of insects in it. Now you're ready to pick your seeds. For cool season selections, that might be onions, broccoli, cabbage, Brussels sprouts, or cauliflower. For warm season selections, that might be things like tomatoes, peppers, or eggplants. I can't imagine a better way to plant seeds for a successful gardening season than getting your hands in a warm, moist seed starting mix. Personally selecting your choice of seeds, and then carefully nurturing them as they begin their life cycle. Have fun, and see you next time.
Chelsea Bunker is pretty involved in our area when it comes to local businesses and community events. She is the founder and owner of Sunshine Creative, a donor of some of our prizes today. Chelsea's a Colorado native who grew up here in Applewood. Let's learn more about Chelsea and some of the Applewood organizations she's part of.
Happy first I Love Applewood Day. Thank you, Sustainable Applewood, for putting this on. This is very cool. My name is Chelsea Bunker, and I am a community member here in Applewood. I have a long history here in the area. I grew up here, and now I'm so excited to be back raising my family in Applewood. I am also a business owner in Applewood. Sunshine Creative is located just west of 20th and Youngfield. We are a small marketing agency focused on digital brand communications, content marketing, social media strategy. So if I can help anybody in the neighborhood, I would love to chat. But what I'm actually here to talk about today is the Applewood Community Foundation. The Applewood Community Foundation's mission is to support business and community development in the greater Applewood area. We were incorporated in 2019 thanks to the Applewood Business Association, their vision, and their charter funding. We have an amazing board of directors with local residents, business owners, community members, stakeholders, and we're a great group doing great things. The Applewood Community Foundation supports other efforts, groups, events that support our mission. So our primary work is through grant funding. We offer grant funding in 5 priority areas: community development and infrastructure, neighborhood and local community events, nonprofits and community organizations, school support and child growth or development, and small business improvement. So if you are involved with or know of a local group that could benefit from our grant funding, please send them to our website, applewoodcommunityfoundation.org. There is a grants application on the website, and we will have more information rolling out about these grant funding opportunities as we go forward. Also, you may have seen in the mail our big Save the Date postcard. We have some of our upcoming events on here. You can also find all of our upcoming events on our website. We do have a Facebook page We're excited to be out here in the community. Now save the date for our upcoming events. Hopefully you were able to join us yesterday for our Shred-a-thon on April 10th. We also have the Max Plum Memorial Golf Tournament on August 23rd at Rolling Hills, which we're very excited about, and it's going to be a great golf tournament to honor a community member and raise funds to do some really great things in the community. So save the date if you've been wanting to golf Rolling Hills. Also, we need volunteers for these things. So if you're interested in volunteering with us and want to get involved, please reach out. Also, the best place to do that again is the website, applewoodcommunityfoundation.org. And last but not least, we have a really fun fundraiser and campaign that is just about to hit. So stay tuned to our website. We will be selling Applewood branded merchandise. So you can buy stickers, hats, shirts, with a very awesome Applewood logo that we've created. And it's just to show pride in your community. We want everyone to feel connected. Applewood is such a unique space where we have 3 different cities, but we're all here in this unique, wonderful area of town. And we are excited to have a little bit more of an identity with that and show your Applewood pride, buy your merchandise, wear it proud, put a sticker on your car, and let's show everybody how happy we are to live in this beautiful place. So check the website for more details on that. All of the merchandise will be available online. We also will have some available in stock, so feel free to reach out. And with that, if anybody needs to get a hold of me for anything I've mentioned here, feel free to email me. My personal email is chelseabunker@gmail.com, and I would be happy to talk to you. So thank you so much, and I love Applewood.
As we've mentioned, this day is about Applewood, but it also has a fundraising element. We would love to raise $500 today for Stober Garden. $5, $10, all of this adds up. Please be sure to visit our campaign, see what you're able to do, help us create events and volunteer to create these projects for Applewood. For the garden, we are creating an outdoor classroom, and students will have a chance to actually dig their hands into the garden bed, embrace nutrition and a love for the earth, and a chance to get outside to practice everything else that they're learning inside the classroom. Again, learn more at stobergarden.org to make a donation for our campaign. You can also click the link in the chat.
This is a great time to introduce some of the Stober students from 1st and 2nd grade saying hello and what they love about Applewood.
Stober 1st and 2nd graders love Applewood. Here are a few reasons why.
I love Applewood so much because it has Applewood Park, but I also love it because everybody in our community helps to keep all the parks and houses and everybody safe. I love Applewood because you can go hiking. What I like about Applewood is it's clean because people care about Applewood. I like to go to Applewood because you can go to the park and you could go shopping. I like Applewood because there's plants to make oxygen. I love Applewood because people clean up after themselves. Applewood because it's nice. I like Applewood because books and butterflies and nature. What I like about Applewood is I get to go to the little library. What I love about Applewood is I can see the mountains and the city. What I love about Applewood is you can go hiking on the trails and you can also look at birds and see deer. I love that all my friends are at Applewood. I love Applewood.
During this next segment, we are going to hear from Applewood resident Cody Brookmeyer, who's been an incredible Stover and sustainable Applewood neighbor, hosting all of our produce stands for the past few summers. While we hear about Cody's different groups that he's been a part of, we have another prize to give away. Please answer this in the chat, and again, stay tuned to the chat to learn if you're a winner, and then email us to claim your prize. So here's the question to answer. We want to know, what is your favorite camping location or hiking location in Colorado?
Good morning. My name is Cody Brockmeyer, and I'm a member of the Applewood community. And I wanted to do a short video to talk about what we find interesting and love about the neighborhood. The first thing that we want to talk about is just the overall feel of the community and how supportive everybody is, how friendly everybody is when they stop by. We live on the corner of 22nd and Urban, and we have a lot of people who walk around our house and go around the Maple Grove Reservoir in their normal walking patterns, and we enjoy visiting with everybody. We've also been very involved in this community since we moved here about 7 years ago. A couple of things that we're involved in include Boy Scout Troop 200, the Applewood Valley Association, of course the Sustainable Group from Sustainable Applewood, as well as we're members of the Applewood Athletic Club, which is a pool place and has a pool and some tennis courts and very friendly and family-oriented environment. So I'll share my screen here in a minute, but I just wanted to touch base, and we can't thank this community enough for all the support. We even have a small catering business that we used to run. Used to, because some of you who know me know, I'm being transferred to Austin for my permanent work position, which is a good and bad thing. We're sad to be leaving, but we'll be closer to family. So I'll share some screens and talk about a few things that we're involved in, and always looking for more volunteers to get some help. I wanted to show you first the page that we have for the Boy Scout troop that's in the area. We normally meet prior to pandemic times at the Applewood Valley United Methodist Church. If you don't know where that is, it's just off of 20th on the other side by the fire station on the western side of Applewood. Our website here has all our information and how to get a hold of us and how you can join the troop. The troop currently is boy-led and is a boy-only troop. However, there is and possibly a decision to add a girls troop to this outfit as well. But that's going to take a little time, energy, and some volunteers to get that rolling. The website is, I don't know if you can see it or not, but it's www.boyscouttroop200.com. And you can go there and get more information and follow what those boys are doing. This is a great organization that lets boys lead, and it also allows for boys to understand the importance of community and projects that help the community, as well as to learn great life skills that they'll keep that they'll use throughout their life. We really enjoyed it. Gail and I were the chairmen of the troop, and again, we'll be moving on, and they're always looking for boys who want to join in. We're interested in camping and outdoors, and learning some great life skills. I encourage everybody to reach out to any of the contacts that you have, and they'll be happy to help you out and give you more information and details. Currently, we're meeting at the American Legion Hall just off of Sims, and they've been really supportive as well. That's another great organization that we have within our community that many people may or may not know about. Second one I'd like to touch on quickly is the Applewood Valley Association, which I am a board member. Always looking for volunteers again. The Applewood Valley Association is set up to keep the community involved and informed of what's going on with city changes, city ordinance, state ordinance, all of the different things that could affect the neighborhood. We are not a political organization and never have been. We're simply set up to help us understand and get the community involvement of what's going on, and make sure that the Applewood Valley voice is heard whenever the city council meets, and we can weigh in on decisions that will affect how things are processed and what businesses come in, what things take over, and give our input. We don't help make any decisions, but we do give that community insight and feedback. The board is pretty active, and we are always looking for new members who would like to, again, help attend city council meetings and do different things like that. We have a Facebook page as well as a website. The easiest thing to do is just follow the Facebook page, which is Applewood Valley Association. Dues per household are about they're $10 per person, so it's 20 for a couple, and you're welcome to join anytime. You can simply just submit your dues every year, and that gives you one vote for 10, 2 votes for 20 for any of our issues that may come up during the AVA annual board meeting. Whenever there's something that needs to be voted on, and we need a quorum to get something that we want to either donate to or get a project started. Board usually meets about once every quarter or so of the year, just to kind of get a feel, and as often as needed when something major comes up from one of our community members they'd like us to get involved in, or they need some help with and understanding. So those are the 2 organizations that I'm most involved in. Again, we are members of some of the clubs. There's some great pools that you can become members of around. The Applewood Knolls Swim Club, I think, is a very good one as well. There are some waiting lists involved, as well as the Applewood Athletic Club, which is off of 20th near I-70, if you've ever driven by it. It's another great family-oriented. So again, a lot of those have pretty good waiting lists, especially with current situations as we all are currently living in. But again, I wanted to thank you for the time, and I really do appreciate living in this neighborhood and what this neighborhood has done, welcomed our family. And of the one things we're very sad about is actually leaving this neighborhood. It's a great neighborhood filled with really great people who are open and accepting of everyone. So thanks, and hope you have a great day and enjoy the Applewood Day video.
Now we have a quick little hello to all of you on I Love Applewood Day from our Stober 5th grade students.
Hi, I love Applewood because the community is very nice to the environment.
I like Applewood because of the restaurants and food here.
I like the Applewood community because it has good parks and sledding hills.
I love Applewood because the people are friendly and there's not a lot of crime.
I love Applewood because it has really good pools. I like Applewood because my school is there.
I like Applewood because the parks are epic.
I like Applewood because of all the people are really nice and just like the community is super cool.
I like Applewood because it's a really tight community.
I love Applewood because I live here.
I love Applewood because of rattlesnakes.
I like Applewood because my favorite restaurant is Stellar's. I like Applewood because it has so many cool things nearby. I like Applewood because it's where I dance.
I like Applewood because it's such a great community and everybody is nice.
I love Applewood because it has mini dogs and good dog parks.
I love Applewood because of the parks and the food.
I love Applewood because the schools are fun and friendly. I like Applewood because it has friendly neighborhoods.
Hi, I'm Richard Cooper Ribner. I'm a long-term resident of Applewood, over 25 years. And the thing I like about Applewood is it's a walking neighborhood. We have a little library and we have dog biscuits and water out for people who walk their dogs. And we really enjoy being here. We've been in this house for 16 years. And one of the things we like about the neighborhood is the ranch at 40 West. It's a restaurant right on Colfax, and it's they have great bread pudding and they have great breakfasts. They're open Wednesday through Sunday, and we really enjoy going there.
And I'm Diana, and
Well, I'll speak to the restaurant in just a minute. Besides, it's such a walking neighborhood. Applewood's such a walking neighborhood. People are so friendly that we can just have these casual chats, and it helps me feel really connected to the community. There's lots of new kids and young families moving into the neighborhood, and I know it's so important to have like a community, a very loose community connection. It's just good for the neighborhood, and it certainly is fulfilling to us. And the ranch at 40 West, we went up there and had Hardy and Kim. They are the owners, and they've been there about 6 years now, I think. Speak to us a little bit about their vision for their restaurant, so you'll see that. And then we had their bread pudding. We can't say that enough. It was very good. Hardy and Kim had been out. They had a restaurant out in Lyman for many years before that, and then they moved into town here. So they've been in the restaurant business a long time, and we just it's a joy, and it's just neighborhood close, neighborhood friendly, neighborhood casual. So hope you enjoy what they have to say and enjoy the day.
Right now, we're closed on Mondays and Tuesdays, but we're open Wednesday through Sunday, 7 to 2, staying open on Friday nights for dinner until 8 o'clock.
Okay, and so during the days that you're open, except for Friday, you serve?
We serve breakfast and lunch. Breakfast is served until 2 o'clock every day that we're open, as well as the lunch items. So if you're hungry for a hamburger or a Reuben or French dip at 7 o'clock in the morning, come on in, we'll make it for you.
Who makes all the homemade stuff?
Well, I make some of the homemade items, the key lime pie and peanut butter pie, banana bread, cornbread. Hardy has his award-winning bread pudding recipe. Meatloaf is homemade.
I love the meatloaf. That's why I asked.
Yeah, okay.
You know, I know there's homemade here.
Don't forget the prime rib every Friday.
Every Friday we got
We haven't been. We haven't been.
Fish fry.
Fish fry on Friday night.
Okay.
The Bunger family orchards were very productive because the land also had a creek that ran through to provide good watering. This is now the location of the Maple Grove Reservoir.
Each year, the city of Lakewood hosts a few huge community events, like Cider Days in the fall. This month, though, they're hosting Earth Day. Normally, this is a huge in-person event, but this year it will be online. Here's more information.
Hello, Applewood. I'm Caitlin Long, Senior Sustainability Planner in the City of Lakewood Sustainability Division. Our annual Earth Day celebration is right around the corner, and I'm so excited to tell you more about it. This year, we've planned a variety of sustainability-related activities to enjoy at home, in your neighborhood, and around the community, all starting on Saturday, April 17th. The lineup includes chalk art installations right here at Heritage Lakewood Belmar Park, a curated Earth Day video playlist of greetings from the community, quick educational snippets, deep dives into a variety of sustainability topics, highlights from community partners about their work and sustainability efforts, and promotions for sustainable products and services. We also have a family-friendly checklist of fun and practical at-home activities to learn more about sustainability in action and make an individual impact, and even more public art through the landmark exhibition of environmental-themed installations occurring around the city. Check out all the details at lakewood.org/earthday. While you're there, sign up for a free upcycled Earth Day yard sign with beautiful artwork by local resident Scott Trott, and a free energy conservation kit with a variety of LED light bulbs, both available while supplies last. You'll also see us at City Council on May 17th to share some updates about our work, primarily focused on energy, and check out other ways to stay informed and get in touch with us at lakewood.org/sustainability. We look forward to celebrating with you. Happy Earth Day.
A big thanks to the Sunshine Creative Group for sponsoring so many of our prizes today. It's a great, small, Applewood-owned marketing agency, and they offer brand communications, content creation, and social media strategy. They also have experience across all the industries, including private, public, nonprofit, and even local events. They will work with small businesses to help tell your brand story, and they're located just west of 20th and Youngfield. Check them out online at sunshinecreativegroup.com.
Recently, I sat down with Ann Koch, a neighbor who will soon celebrate her 99th birthday. And Anne shared about what stood out to her and her family about Applewood. To honor what a good neighbor can mean, we would like to do another prize giveaway. The next question we have for you is, share the name or story of a neighbor who helped you feel welcome here in Applewood. Type your answer in the chat and we'll announce the winner via the chat. Be sure to watch the chat to see the winner. Now let's watch that great video and hear from Miss Koch.
I'm Ann Koch, and I was born and raised in the East Indies and moved after the revolution of Indonesia. I went to Holland, and in Holland I met my American husband. And so he was a chemist and on a Fulbright fellowship in Holland, and he asked me to marry him after 3 weeks of getting acquainted, and I wasn't so sure at first. And then I agreed, and we were married in March the 5th, 1952. So after a nice honeymoon all through Europe, I came here, and we settled in Delaware, where he worked as a chemist for DuPont. A letter from the MRI, the Midwest Research Institute, and they wanted to start the solar energy thing. So he came here and looked around and was interviewed, and he became one of the directors of the Solar Energy Research Institute, SERI at that time. And he was not very happy, but at any rate, we looked around the area, and somebody suggested Applewood. I think it was my son who said, "Why don't you, it sounds like a nice name." And it was not too far from where the office would have been or would come later on. So we came here in 1977 and lived in Applewood on Zhang Street. I think it was Zhang, 1905 Zhang or 1902, something like that. It's on the corner of Zhang and Willow Lane at the other side of 20th. And I loved it here because it was nice and people were nice, and I could walk the dog, and I could walk all over the place, and it was always very pleasant. And well, we got introduced to several other things that were available in Denver. Music. We are big opera lovers, so my husband became immediately interested in the Denver Lyric Opera Guild, so we became members then, and we loved the symphony orchestra. So, and then we got oodles and oodles of visitors from different areas who wanted to be in Colorado. A lot of people didn't really know what was going on in Colorado. They were very unfamiliar with that. And I had friends from Holland who came here, and they said, "Denver? They had never heard of it." And so I said, "Well, I'll show you around." So we went into the mountains and looked here and there and really enjoyed life here as it was. The neighbors were wonderful. There was one neighbor who came from Washington, D.C. just a month or so before we had moved, so we became good friends. At least the women did. The men had different ideas and things, and they were busy with their own work. So that was that. And then after 5 years, my husband was not very happy what was going on. And so he got himself a job in North Dakota on the faculty there. Well, he retired in 1991, and we moved back in 92 because after almost a year of North Dakota, and he was always busy doing this and that, and he was, well, maybe, where shall we retire to? Minnesota, who was nice, but also cold. San Diego, that was good, but expensive. And then Jennifer, my daughter, went to grad school, and we visited her at Christmas time, and I could walk around without killing myself on the ice and so on. And I said to my husband, why don't we move back? He said, that's not a bad idea. And he picked up some book. We looked at the house here, and it was the only house in this neighborhood that was for sale. The neighbors were very nice. We had very nice next door neighbors who helped us the first day with certain things. It was good to have the stores around us. My husband then developed Parkinson's disease, and so he became involved with the Parkinson's Association. Then we ended up taking care of other Parkinson's patients and joined the Parkinson's support group. I think I live here very comfortably. I'm close to the doctor, I'm close to the stores. Of course, new stores were being built. Colorado Mills wasn't here before, and so we enjoyed movie theaters because the Metropolitan Opera would send out the operas. So we went on Saturday morning early. We went to the opera, enjoyed that very much, and that was a good thing for my husband who had Parkinson's. Yeah, of course it changed because more stores were being built, and so, but there is plenty of things to do that they can do. It's close to the mountains, so they can go to the mountains and they can do skiing, walking. I joined the YMCA also, and we had a little group that would venture out here and there.
I recently had the opportunity.
And we have a prize from Pizzeria Forte. What's your favorite video so far today? Be sure to type your answer in the chat.
Sit down with Meg Smith, an Applewood neighbor who's involved in so many ways and so many sustainability efforts. She shared about her family and what they love about this area.
Yeah, so this is Meg Smith. Hello. And I live over in Applewood Villages, so just a little, hop, skip, and a jump away. And I work in the community in a lot of different ways. One of those is publishing the neighborhood magazine. So we have Applewood Living. Yay. So this arrives, to everybody in the neighborhood every month. We always feature a family on the cover and interview them and have lots of local content. And the publication is sponsored by local businesses. So it's all very, very locally, local centric, which is fun, and Applewood centric. And then I also am part of the Applewood Villages Sustainability Committee or Network. And we, similarly to your side of Applewood, work on sustainable initiatives in the community. I'm on the board of the Applewood Business Association, which is all about connecting community with business owners and providing, resources to the community and just gathering and, really staying connected with everyone. Mm-hmm. And then also I live in the Wheat Ridge side of Applewood, so I'm on the board of Local Works, who handles all the big events for the city of Wheat Ridge. So Carnation Festival and lots of, exciting things there. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm up to. Far too many things, probably. I also do a lot of networking and I'm a member of the various chambers and stuff like that. My team and I publish other neighborhood publications too. So we have them in Golden and Northwest Arvada and Green Mountain, and some coming soon in Wheat Ridge and Berkeley and the Highlands. And so we're growing. If anybody ever sees this and wants a new opportunity, let me know. But yeah, then I also have 2 little kiddos. I've been in Applewood since 2016. Before that, I was in Genesee. But an interesting story is that we live in the house where my husband grew up. So we were in Chicago when we met. We moved back to Colorado in 2013, lived in Genesee, but I'm from Florida, as we were just discussing, but it's too cold in Genesee. I don't like the snow from November to May, And so we wanted to move down the hill. And at that time, Doug's mom, Janice, who has been in this house since the early 70s, was here. And we were just contemplating, talking to a general contractor about, could we have like 2 houses in one? Because she's totally independent, but it's still nice not to be alone when you're 80, And it's so good for the kids. I mean, it's 1 more lap and 2 more arms to go around them, And they just soak up that attention from Jamma. It's really cute. Man, I would have loved to have my grandma in my house all the time. Well, definitely the creek. So at the end of our street is Lewis Meadows, open space. It's a Wheat Ridge Park, but there's a creek, and he used to catch crawdads in there, and now the kids do, and so it's really cute because he's doing the exact stuff with them that he did as a kid. Wow. So we love that. There's a nice little loop to walk around. We are doing weekly food trucks over here. I don't know if I've shared that with you yet, but it's like part of our sustainable initiatives are, for the people factor. I connected with this Colorado food truck network, and they have been coming over every Saturday. So that's been really fun because you get to, support a small business and also wave at your friends safely.
We just want to take a quick minute to share more about Sustainable Applewood. Sarah and I are among the many members of Sustainable Applewood. We meet monthly and create programs that support our environment and community. My wife and I just moved to Applewood from the East Coast last year, and this group has been a way to get to know people and to make friends and be part of a community. To learn more about getting involved, visit sustainableapplewood.org. There are a couple of new Wheat Ridge sustainability groups as well: Sustainable Applewood Villages and Sustainable Paramount Heights. And you can click on the link in the chat to learn about those.
All right, we're gonna return to Meg Smith and learn a little more. Meg's also the publisher of Applewood Living. And so we wanted to hear a little more about behind the scenes and the history of this magazine that's most of you are probably receiving on a monthly basis in your own mailboxes.
I was at a networking event in like 2019. It's a women's networking event. I think it was like April or May or something. And I met a gal named Kim Berger, who publishes a neighborhood magazine in Longmont and Todd Creek. She wanted me to start sharing nutrition information in her neighborhood publications up there. And I was like, but I want to share it in my neighborhood, you know? Is there a neighborhood publication here? And she was like, no, but you could start one. So here we are. Some of the biggest challenges we have are engaging with neighbors for content. So I would love to have more articles submitted from folks, you know, because it's your neighborhood magazine, anybody can write an article, you know, and we'll put it in as soon as we can. I'd love to get like additional pages in it too, which would require sponsorship, but Best Version Media has set up a program called Content Sponsorship. And what that means is you can sponsor a page in the magazine that's all about like a topic. So Rise Dance, for instance, has started sponsoring the Kids Corner in Golden because they're trying to grow their Golden connections. And so it's fun because now we have a spot that's always going to be there because a business sponsored it for the Kids Corner. We could do that for like a teen talk page, a sustainability page, a senior spotlight page. You know, we can just make up what we like, and then we can feature content or people on the other half of that page. I would love to do like a Rising Stars, like kids page for kids that are doing something neat in the community. But we have to have businesses that want to be connected with that and sponsor that page. So that would be fun. But other than that, people can still just submit content here and there. And we just put, you know, we've got enough space available in every issue to have 1 or 2 articles that folks want to submit, or pictorial layouts, or, you know, whatever they'd like. We've had a few people write, which has been fun. We actually have a nurse in the neighborhood who has an infectious disease background. So she's submitted a Q&A about the COVID vaccines for the May issue. So that's nice because she gets a ton of questions. So she's sending that in. And then we have a young girl, a middle schooler in Golden, who wrote about, she noticed how they were getting takeout, you know, to support the neighborhood restaurants, but they were constantly being given all the forks and the, you know, extra stuff they didn't need. She's like, it's so wasteful. So she wrote a letter to the restaurants about, you know, can you not include that stuff unless someone asks for it? And included a lot of statistics about, you know, waste and what happens and all of that. And so anyway, we're going to publish a version of that letter to the residents, right, in the Golden publication. So yeah, we just love to connect. And if you want to be a featured family, we've always got a featured family on the cover.
Okay. Yeah.
So we love that. It's kind of a fun thing to do. You're like a celebrity for the month.
So I'm hearing like the ways that folks could reach out would be if they want to be a featured family, if they want their business to be involved in like sponsoring, if they have content, or they could probably reach out if there's ideas of like, hey, I would love it if you all could cover something about this.
Yes. Yeah, we would love suggestions. Yeah, even if they're not writing it, if they have something they'd like us to do, that would be great. We also have a calendar of events, and we can put calendar items in. We do work 2 months ahead, so that's something to think about. But we do have a Facebook page. So if you miss a deadline or whatever, we can still share information on the Facebook page, which is Applewood Living - Best Version Media. So please like it and follow it. And then the distribution is from like Rolling Hills over to almost Kipling. And then 38th, north of 38th down to almost Colfax. And it does go to homeowners automatically, but you can, if you're a renter and you want to get it, I'm happy to add you. But it's just the process is automated to go to homeowners. And we are expanding as new sponsors come on board. So we're going, and we just want to represent everybody. We are open arms. Don't feel like we don't want you to be on the cover ever. We'd love to share your story. The only requirement is that you live in the greater Applewood area.
Right. Which includes 1 million homes, evidently.
Right? Yeah, there's so many. There's 4,000.
Wow.
And by the time I add all those other homes, it'll be 5,000.
Wow.
So,
okay.
Yeah, there's plenty of people. And, you know, I feel like a lot of folks don't feel represented, right? And I want to represent everybody and give everybody an opportunity to share. Kids athletics, it'd be fun to feature, you know, young athletes. There's so many things we can do.
Totally. Well, I'm hearing like hey, we want to increase representation. We want to make sure that we're representing all the different ways that a home, a family, like that an Applewood resident can look and be, and make sure that that representation's there. And that also, like, what a great opportunity to say, hey, I know someone that's doing incredible work in this neighborhood. I know someone who has an incredible gift. Let me give them a nudge, or give you a nudge to get some spotlight and attention on these folks.
Yes, exactly. Because this is a great spotlight.
I love it. Well, thank you so much for your time, and happy I Love Applewood Day. And
thank you.
We're excited to
you too.
To see the next issue.
Awesome. Yeah, it should be in your mailbox. Maybe even today. Someone messaged me.
Wonderful. Awesome. Thank you so much, Meg.
Thank you.
Be Safe Applewood started a couple of years ago. Our goal this year is to get 25 more houses to join the Be Safe program. We do ask that anyone who does join the Be Safe program commit to one of the 3 levels of our pledge. This means that you will be intentional about anything that you do and do not put at your garden or yard. The fact that Applewood neighborhood has its history as an apple orchard is all the more reason we want to make sure that this is a sanctuary of nature for generations to come. Please help us make sure that our water, our earth, and our pollinators are able to survive and thrive. Learn more at applewood.org/besafe. We're also going to put the link in the chat, so check that out.
It's prize time. This is another prize generously donated by Sunshine Creative over on 20th. Be sure to let them know you appreciate their supporting this project. So, to win our next giveaway, if you could take any class, dance, movement for any age, what class would you love to take at Move? Type in the chat and win a prize.
Destination Dance has performed at many local events in the area over the many years that they've been around. Their classes are now located at Move Dance Space and Art Center at 20th and Youngfield. So be sure to check out their website for more information on classes and about their schedule. Their website is destinationdancellc.com. Again, that's destinationdancellc.com.
Again, remember to donate if possible. We'd love to hit the $500 level for the Stober Garden donations made today. Please see what is possible and know that even $5 or $10 can make the difference. And if you want to get involved with Stober Garden, visit stobergarden.org. And if you want to get involved with Sustainable Applewood, be sure to visit us at sustainableapplewood.org.
Please contact us with ideas. Let us know what you thought about today. Let us know what you want to see shift in Applewood, or see what programs Sustainable Applewood hosts in the future. And if you want to help us document the history of Applewood, please let us know. Before we wrap up, let's remind you about the main events we've talked about coming up that Sustainable Applewood is planning. We have electronics and metal recycling on April 24th, and we have paint recycling on May 16th. Hope to see you there. Another great way of supporting Stober Garden is with our Dine to Donate program. Throughout the summer, we'll be going to different area locations where you get to support a local business, get a great meal for yourself, and without paying any extra, you will know that a percentage of the proceeds from your meal will benefit Stober Community Garden. We are starting Tuesday, April 20th at Chipotle in the Colorado Mills, Denver West location from 4 to 8 p.m. Let them know you're with the Stober Community Garden, Dine to Donate. And if you want to order in advance or order online, look at our website, stobergarden.org, go under the Get Involved menu, and you'll see more information about Dine to Donate Summer. Thank you so much for considering all these ways to help us make Stober Garden a reality.
We hope you've enjoyed learning a little bit about Applewood's history. So how did your house get here? In 1950, the land was becoming more valuable for housing development than farming. In 1954, the area was named Applewood, after the Bunger apple orchard, which was located near the current neighborhood of Applewood Grove. One of the first major developments was 450 houses built by Hutchinson Homes, completed in 1962. Many new developments followed, such as Applewood Mesa, Applewood Hills, Applewood View, Applewood Valley, Applewood Glen, Applewood Grove, Applewood Heights, and Applewood Knolls. Do you know which area you live in? If you or anyone you know has some fun facts about Applewood's history, please share it on our Sustainable Applewood website. Thanks for joining us, and happy Applewood Day!
Thank you so much for watching.
Thank you very, very much. We look forward to seeing you at future Sustainable Applewood events.
Thank you so much to all of you who donated prizes of gift cards to make our first I Love Applewood Day a success.
Again, we want to give a huge thanks to our sponsors and to all those giving incentives for today. Buy one, get one free at Own Brewing. Move Arts and Dance for free 1-month memberships for the first 5 callers. Buy one, get one half off at Ziggy's today till 7, and a chance for a prize if you sign up today at Go Farm.
Don't forget that from 4 to 7 tonight, there's live music at Pizzeria Forte, and it'll be 5% off for all those using the code I Love Applewood Day. If you order online, just put that in the comment section and they will refund you your 5%. Thank you so much for watching.
We thank you very, very much for watching, and we look forward to seeing you at all future Sustainable Applewood events. Happy
I Love Applewood Day.
Happy I Love Applewood Day.
We
love
Applewood.
So why do you like living in Applewood?
Because we go to lots of houses that people live in.
We go to lots of houses. Do we have friends who live here?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah?
Because I like to go to my school.
And you like to go to your school? Tell me why you love living in Applewood.
Because it's a nice neighborhood.
That's true, huh, buddy? What's your favorite thing about it?
Dad can ride our bikes on the sidewalk.
Cool.
Happy Applewood Day!
From John,
Leanne,
and Jack.
And Josie.
Happy Applewood Day.
Happy I Love Applewood Day from Taft Park 2021.
Hi there. I just want to say hi, and I love Applewood Days. This is from Carol Burks of Brokers Guild and Ian Burks of Ohm Brewing.
I love Applewood.
Happy I Love Applewood Day.